So I present the next speaker is Luis Coelho. He's an associated professor in mechanical engineering in the Polytechnic University of Setúbal and coordinator of the EPS regional unit of the Mare Research Center. He has extensive experience in European research and innovation projects related to renewable energy, HVAC system, and sustainability. He leads the Ent-r-e-novators project, which focuses on fostering researchers' excellence within European University Alliance.
So I would like to start, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to start by thanking the conference organizers for the invitation and for having the opportunity to present the Ent-r-e-novators project. Thank you very much. It's a pleasure to be here. Okay, so the objective of my presentation is to present the EDRES Ent-r-e-novators project. I will explain what this means, Ent-r-e-novators, and how its results can contribute for the consolidation of the EDRES Alliance. Okay, explain what is the EDRES Alliance, what does EDRES means. EDRES is the Engaged and Entrepreneurial European University for European Smart and Sustainable Regions. And now, two questions may arise. What EDRES is and what EDRES does. So EDRES is a European University Alliance, a network of higher education institutions located in Europe that have decided to closely work together and collaborate in the fields of research, teaching, innovation, and much more. And what EDRES does, EDRES aims to co-create outstanding ideas and concepts for future universities, set up formats and events introducing challenge-based education, bring together researchers for mission-oriented research, and serve as a platform for human-centered innovation. All these concepts are contributing to the vision of EDRES creating a multi-university campus across Europe. And EDRES aims to help small and medium-sized Europe cities like Setúbal, where is located my institution, turn into what we call smart and sustainable region. Who are the EDRES partners? We are 9 universities from 9 countries, representing 9 European regions. And our main goal is to transform our universities in future universities. So the idea is to take researchers, teachers, professors, and make them Ent-r-e-novators. These Ent-r-e-novators, in collaboration with the students and with the support of directors, managers, and administrators of our institutions, will work based on the triangle of research, education, and innovation. At the same time, in collaboration with the stakeholders, civil society, and citizens, we will develop research and innovation ecosystems. We will identify challenges, and we will join collaborate to the development and strengthening of the smart and sustainable regions. Now, what is the Ent-r-e-novators concept? The name Ent-r-e-novators is the result of joining 4 words: entrepreneurs, researchers, educators, and innovators. That is the Ent-r-e-novators. So Ent-r-e-novators is an ambition where we drop the either-or thinking pattern and advocate a strong interconnection between education, research, innovation, and entrepreneurship. EDRES Ent-r-e-novators address the region's need in a variety of approaches, featuring workshops, hackathons like living labs or citizen science research projects. Ent-r-e-novators bridge the know-do gap and move from a me to we culture. And what are the main objectives of the Ent-r-e-novators project? Ent-r-e-novators enhances the research capacity of the European University Alliance, EDRUS, to engage an entrepreneurial European university as driver for European smart and sustainable regions. The project aims to co-create a more specific joint research and innovation strategy and a common agenda to accelerate the transformation, and transformation is highlighted, into a European multi-institutional research and innovation hub for smart and sustainable regions. And what are the main expected outcomes of the Ent-r-e-novators project? Development of joint strategies for EDRUS research and innovation dimension associated to the following transformation models. And we are working on 5 transformation models. The first one, research networks, groups, research lines and activities. We are working on this in our package 2. Sharing and gain access to research infrastructures on our package 3. Open science, open education and open innovation, we are working on this in our package 4. Engaging citizen society, our package 5 for citizen science activities. Human resources for research and innovation ecosystems in our package 6. At the same time, we are developing joint implementation plans for each transformation model. So we will identify strategic options, we will select strategic options. We are developing these joint implementation plans for each transformation model to be implemented in a period of within 5 years after the end of the project. So that is our compromise. And at the same time, we are running some pilots. We are developing training and engagement programs, and we are organizing some actions like living labs, workshops, summer schools, hackathons. About the full name of the project, EDRUS Ent-r-e-novators Cooperating for Excellency and Impact in Research and Innovation. The project starts in 1st of October 2022. At the same time, then your project, it belongs to the same call. The project will finish at the end of September of this year. And the grant amount is like your project, about 1.9 million euro. We have 6 partners in our consortium because the 3 new partners joined to the Alliance just after the beginning of the project. That is the reason they are not belong to the project, but they are collaborating with us to integrate and implement the project results in their universities. So what are the main objectives of each org package? I will speak org package 1 about the management of the project. Org package 2, research and innovation strategy. The main objective, develop a multi-institutional research and innovation common agenda that incorporates the EDRUS Ent-r-e-novators human-centered and challenge-based approach with a special focus on further development of European smart and sustainable regions. Or package 3, sharing research infrastructures, developing sharing research and innovation infrastructure and resources network strategy based on the identified strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats, including sub-strategies for sharing policy, technological digitalization, and financing issues, and design a network sharing for efficient, sustainable, and agile implementation. Our package 4 is about open practices, embracing open science, open innovation, and open education, raise awareness and enhance understanding about open science and open publishing, especially among young researchers, develop training programs, action plans, and training activities to improve the researchers' competencies on open science, open innovation, and open education. Our package 5, creating proximity and engaging citizens and society. So the main objective is to increase our skills in engaging citizens, civil society in our research and innovation activities and increase our citizen science activities. And our package 6, human research and innovation ecosystems. The main objective is to define a common strategy for our alliance, human research for research and innovation, at the same time to define a common strategy for development of our research and innovation ecosystems and connect them to on national, European and international level as a joint European University Alliance to contribute to the development of our smart and sustainable regions. So in the first phase of the project, the main objective it was to understand the correct situation. We collected many data using different approaches, surveys, participative formats, LV rounds, and so on. With this data, we produced comprehensive SWOT analysis for each transformation model. And with the results of the SWOT analysis for each transformation model, we identified, evaluate, and validate strategic options. And now we are working for setting the objectives and to develop the implementation plans for each transformation model. So I will show a very few results as example from each work package to the time limitation. But the areas in which IDRUS focus currently are 4: creative industries for regions, identity, digital and applied deep tech for regions, health, well-being and social inclusion for regions, resilient economy and innovation for regions. Among the many data that we collected, we did a survey, for example, about the core topics. So are those IDRUS core topics relevant for your region at the moment? And the two most chosen answer was about the well-being and social inclusion for regions. And this, in second place, resilient economy and innovation for regions. So the most important topics or areas recognized by our researchers and by our stakeholders. In our alliance, we created research networks. We have one research network per area. That is very useful because we have many researchers collaborate together in these networks from different universities, researchers that are working in the same area, and this is very useful for us. We have also a bank of researchers per area to know who is who in our different universities to facilitate the contact and collaboration. We have a bank of stakeholders per area and region, and we have a bank of challenges per area and regions. Of course, these banks and research networks are very dynamic. We need to upload every time what the data that we have here. Only one example of SWOT analysis that we have done in our package 2. It's a small extract about the topic of collaboration of the different of the research from different universities. For example, and strength the setting up of the research networks with identify coordinators. Each network has one coordinator. Support the networking of the individual researchers. That is a strength for our alliance. Weaknesses, one, for example, there is no concept for research staff exchange developed. So we recognize this, no problem. Now we know the problem, we know this weakness. We need only to work to overcome this, and we are working on this. So this SWOT analysis is very important to improve our alliance. For example, about our package 3, we collect information about satisfaction with different infrastructures categories by universities, and also whether our researchers are using more internal, external infrastructures. We have different realities from the different universities. We can learn with the best practices from each one. Based on the collect data and also from the SWOT analysis of our package 3, we did a design of a sharing research and innovation infrastructure and research network. And we have considered the potential key areas for the research and innovation sharing based on individual strengths and weaknesses with internal infrastructures. For example, if we analyze who have laboratories, for example, for 3D printing. So we identify that IPS and UPT from Romania as these laboratories, so we can join the efforts of both laboratories to produce more works, but other universities can move, the research from other universities can move to our laboratories to develop work on 3D printing, for example. But make a network can produce very important risks, and we analyze the potential risks that we should to avoid in our network. And here in this table we have the top 6 potential risks. Okay, we identify this. Now when we will implement this network within a 5 years period after the end of the project, we should prepare our network to avoid these risks. And the top, the first one is the third-party data sharing. The potential risk is ACT, our network, and that, of course, is a very important risk that we need to avoid. In our package 5, a maturity model was created for the self-running engagement competencies of our researchers in citizen science. This is a very interesting and useful model using games to motivate and make training more effective. So this model is running very well. We test it in different contexts. Other activities and documentation produced in this our package, an inspiration guide to increase the skills of our research in citizen science activities was developed. iLiving Lab for engagement ambassadors involving education entrepreneurs, Ent-r-e-novators, citizen science research entrepreneurs, and students working together with citizens to transform a need of the region into smart and sustainable solutions were done. Everybody is trying to the engagement models that we prepared before, using this maturity model and the vision test for citizens that we also developed. A junior Ent-r-e-novators pilot iLiving Lab, where primary and secondary school students aged between 10 and 14 years old participate in week-long series of workshops focused on learning how to program and build a robot. We have done this iLiving Lab. Students in higher education were involved as workshop counselors, so involved different levels from different schools. A series of podcasts on citizen science being developed and workshops are being organized on these topics. About our package 6, we identified, so one example, we identified some key actions to improve the work environment in the IDRIS partner institutions. Action number 1, implement flexible working policies, including hybrid and remote work options to support work-life balance. We identify good practices in 2 of our partners, UCLL from Belgium, UPT from Romania. Action 2, enhance research infrastructure by creating shared workspaces, upgrading laboratories, and promoting interdepartmental collaboration. We identify good practices in VIA from Latvia and UPT from Romania. Action 3, conduct regular assessments of workplace satisfaction and use findings to refine human research policies and practices. And 4, introduce well-being initiatives, such as reintegration programs for staff returning from extended absences to support holistic research development. Concerning the human research strategy for research award, all parties have submitted application for this award. One already has the award, and the others are waiting for the assessment process. So we received the first answer. For most of applications or requested minor changes. So I think in a couple of months we have award for the most of the partners. Strategic options and respective implementation plans. developed in the project for human resources will incorporate all strategic options and actions of the action plans designed for the awards. And now one important question we can ask about the potential collaboration between EDRIS Alliance and other European University Alliances. So we produce many results, so we can share these results with other alliances. So how the results of the Ent-r-e-novators project be of interest to other similar alliances and institutions. For example, sharing of information between the sharing infrastructure and resources network that will be developed and other networks of other European universities alliances. So if there are other alliances with similar networks, we can share informations, we can share some information about equipment, laboratory. Of course, there are some confidentiality issues that we need to lead, but it could be very interesting, for example, in our partnering, for example, Latvia, to know which equipments you have here in University of Las Palmas. And maybe you can receive some researchers to work in your laboratories. And the opposite is also true. So that is very important to try to extend these possibilities to other alliances. Support other European universities to produce their sharing networks. So if you will develop one network for your alliance, we can share with you our best practices, our experience to develop our network. We produce many training activities, many programs for training on open science, on open education, open innovation, and as well in citizen science. So we can share with you, we can come to Las Palmas University and give a workshop, a training course to your researchers about these topics, for example. Discuss with other European University alliances what are the best strategic options to be well aligned with the principles of European Chart of Researches and Code of Conduct, and how to evaluate its effectiveness and the need for adjustments and updates. So everybody are working on this, as we saw in the last presentation, so we can also share our best experiences and share best practices with other European alliances on human resources strategy and dynamics of regional research and innovation ecosystems. You can also to connect different research and innovation ecosystems from different European alliances to work together. Conclusions: in this project, we are preparing and providing the basis of our human resources to become Ent-r-e-novators, empowering them with the competencies, skills, tools, and knowledge, so that in cooperation with well-established research and innovation ecosystem, they contribute to development of smart and sustainable regions. We have had the collaboration of stakeholders from our regions, which was fundamental for the identification, selection, and validation of strategic options for development of the research and innovation common agenda for our alliance. And the results from the Ent-r-e-novators are fundamental to transforming the EDRIS Alliance and its universities into future universities, becoming a dynamic hub of the smart and sustainable region. So for more information, you can visit our website. You can follow us on social media. You can also to contact by email. There is my email address. And thank you very much for your attention. No questions? Anyway, sorry. We are open for good collaboration. Please contact me. For us, it's very important to extend. So we are trying to establish European University alliances. But next step is to connect all these alliances. And now we should to start early for the next step. Okay. Thank you very much.
Well, thank you very much, Mr. Coya. I think it's very interesting to know what other universities are doing, so it's a good time also for networking and continue the cooperation. Well, finally, last but not least, as we always say, I would like